With a Dupree update, how's he doing?
Yeah, he's still kind of day-to-day. We'll see, put him in some non-contact stuff today in practice, see how he is. I think he's feeling much better. But, he's lost a lot of weight, and so just kind of getting that strength back and everything. So we'll see how he is today in practice. Other than that, I really don't know.
What would you say, probably out for a
I have no
month?
idea. I really don't. I hope he plays.
It's an infection that kind of just sidelined him where he couldn't really do much of anything for a while.
Exactly.
He's sick?
No.
No, just the leg.
Yeah.
Okay. When did you guys find out about it?
What day did we play Alabama? Saturday? Saturday, right? So a week ago, and he played through it. And then I think Sunday it just got worse.
Is it like any other infection? Like you just can't?
I'm not really a doctor, Chad, so if you're going to continue to do this, I don't know. I'd love to give you a good answer. I really don't know.
So his first, basically, just action would be today and just to see what...
Yeah, he didn't practice yesterday.
Okay. Obviously look at the situation with him out and Isaiah in there, to talk about the learning experiences from not just him, but the team playing with...
Yeah, it was bad. It was bad for everyone, and it's not Isaiah's fault. We just didn't have great chemistry, and that's not meaning like guys were at each other's throat or anything like that. It's just, you're used to playing with one lineup, and there's just uncertainty whether or not Dupree, where he was at, the whole thing. And then, we just didn't start out great. So it wasn't good, and it's not Isaiah's fault. We thrusted him into some meaningful minutes. It was hard. It was hard to coach, because Nate's better at the point. I couldn't put Isaiah there at the 2 because he doesn't know the plays. So we got a little bit more time under our belt there where we can be able to move some guys around. But I'm not making excuses. We didn't deserve to win. Rewatching Miami, our pick and roll defense was maybe the worst I had seen in 4 years, and that's a problem for a team who's pick and roll heavy. So the Dupree injury took us out of the flow, but there's no excuse for our defense.
You say the worst you've seen. Obviously, it was a game plan of theirs to take advantage.
That's the way they play. It wasn't a game plan. Their offense is pick and roll offense.
Right, but obviously they had success with it.
But that's what they do every game, every possession.
Do you expect teams to try to take advantage of with Reggie trying to guard the pick and roll?
It was an effort issue. It wasn't necessarily Reggie. It was the other guys. The guys on the weak side were just – there was no effort really. It was like a 4-point game with a couple minutes to go. You remember they ran out of bounds play, then they ran a side ball screen, and the 3 weak side guys were just standing. So we got to learn from that. I think we went into that game and we thought the elements would get us over the hump. National TV, awesome crowd, may have been the best crowd since I've been here. And we forgot, like when we played Alabama and we played at Providence College, and I tell our guys this all the time, like sometimes playing at home, you lose your focus. When we were playing Alabama, we were locked in. Game was at a neutral site on Facebook. Nobody was watching it. Everybody claims to have watched it. Nobody was watching it. Then you played at Providence College. That kind of that going into the Coliseum type feel when you're on the road. We were locked in. We weren't locked in mentally versus Miami, and certainly I got to do a better job there of getting them focused on that.
It's only December 2nd. We got Michigan, Indiana on back there. Your Big Ten schedule starts tomorrow. How strange is it that you're getting going with conference?
Really strange. Really, really strange. I mean, I'm watching Northwestern Illinois last night. I'm at Purdue, Maryland. I'm like, what the hell am I doing? Friday night. And teams aren't going to play real good right now, So it's difficult. One of the reasons why I scheduled tough was I wanted to get them prepared for the Big Ten. I hope our fans understand, again, I thought that was the best crowd I have had since I've been here, going into my 5th year, obviously. We got a league game tomorrow. Everybody's playing for a league title, and we got Rutgers in front of us. So we need an even bigger environment. I know it sounds weird because Miami, that was a big one, but Rutgers is such an important game. So I think everybody needs to take a deep breath and refocus, understand how big tomorrow is.
What do you think it'll be like? You play the first 2 Big Ten games, and then you're back to you got a tough road game, and then you got Colgate, Drake.
I don't know. I mean, I haven't really thought of that, to be honest. I mean, I think more than anything, getting our guys locked into the game plan versus Rutgers, and that's about as far as I go with all that stuff.
What about Selection Sunday? So you guys have the tournament a week early.
Oh my God! I just said I'm not looking forward to the next game, and you went 3 months ahead.
Don't you think it'll be a little weird?
I don't know. Ask me. I hope we're in the mix in Selection Sunday. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I'm focused on today. So we'll see. If we're in that conversation, let's revisit it, and I'll answer it as well as I can for you. I promise.
Do you like the Big Ten's efforts to play more in New York City and to have a bigger presence there?
I get why they're doing it. With that being said, I think we are a Midwest conference. There is a difference when you walk through Chicago and you see the sweatshirts of Minnesota and Illinois and Northwestern and Michigan State. I mean, I remember I took my wife. We went to Chicago this summer, and we were walking whatever that big road is there, Michigan Ave, and it was amazing just seeing the different hats and so on. When you walk through New York, you're not getting that. But Jim Delaney's a lot smarter than I am, and I understand why he's doing it. I love New York. I'm not excited about losing a home game to play in New York, but I get why we're doing it.
What do you think about Rutgers' improvement? They obviously had a close game with Florida State. Do you think they're making strides?
It's the best Rutgers team that that our guys on this team will have played. The coach does a terrific job. I mean, they play as hard as any team we're going to play. They rebound the ball. Their defensive numbers are amazing. And they were in it with Florida State till the end. I mean, that was anybody's game. It's a toughness game. It's a league game. It's extremely important for us to, get back to playing the way that we played. It's versus Miami, it was the defensive execution was not there, so we need to get back to it.
So with Dupree potentially out, do you have to have a conversation with some of the bench guys about maybe their role expanding offensively? Do you have to instill some confidence in
No, I mean, I think more than anything, it's what really hurt us was guys being out of place. Like Nate's played the point guard spot predominantly for 3 years, and I had to move him to the 2. I didn't want to do it, but we're just trying to put together some type of a lineup, obviously. So more practice, getting guys comfortable with their roles, because you normally through practice. Nate's playing a lot of the 1. Isaiah's playing the 1. Dupree was playing a lot of the 2. Jameer was playing a lot of the 2. So it was a curveball. We didn't handle it well, so a little bit more time hopefully will help everybody.
There was a stretch there when, and I know Isaiah in high school, he was used to when his team's down, he's trying to assert himself offensively and try to bring it back. Did you feel like there was a point there where he was maybe too assertive, looking for his shot?
17 shots is too much. And again, I think it's just a learning process. I'm not, I think my whole thing is are you taking good shots? And there was a few he wasn't. But that was for everybody. But, you look at like Amir's line, 7 for 13. That's efficient basketball. 6 for 17 is not. So we evaluate which ones are good shots, which ones are bad shots. And he'll learn. And the difficult part of coaching in that game was I couldn't really put him on the bench. I did a little bit in the second half. So he'll learn from it. It'll be better for him. It was hard, but it's only December,
And you've always said that you don't want to limit, him in that way. He's aggressive offensively at times.
Yeah, that's going to start.
Yeah. Do you feel like, as a facilitator, because there have been games where he's the other way. He's looking for guys actually more than maybe.
I think it seems weird, so I get why you're saying it. We're 8 games in, so like where Isaiah is now, he's not even close to. I haven't seen a a whole lot of anything from Isaiah that I'm like, okay, this is what you need to be. So he's trying to figure it out, just like Jameer is. And, I told Isaiah and Jameer, Jordan Murphy, Amir, Reggie, well, Reggie wasn't here, Nate, they had a lot of bad games as freshmen. Because our schedule is so difficult, he's been thrown into some things. I mean, at Providence College, he had a couple buckets in the first half where he saved us. So he'll get there. Freshman just takes time.
And Nate obviously can help him get there. You've practiced with that too before in the backcourt. What have you seen just from their relationship with one another off the court that maybe can eventually translate to that chemistry on the court?
It's funny. Like Isaiah's, he's got that whole jelly fam, whatever that is, thing, and then he's got reality, right? So the whole allure of what he is and what he actually is may not be line up as much as we all think it does. He's an eager freshman to learn. He doesn't have a big ego. He just wants to win. So our guys all love him, just like Jameer. So they've got really good chemistry, and when you have older guys, they teach the young guys, and that's the way it needs to be.
Amir, there was a stretch there in the first half when he, like he sometimes does, when you guys aren't necessarily scoring that well, he kind of just takes initiative and takes over the game. When you see that from him, and then you see instances where he's maybe not as aggressive, is that something that you can tell him, you can coach? I mean, there's not much you can do, but.
I'm going to do my very best to coach him.
Get that out of him, though. I mean,
Yeah, I think sometimes the other five guys on the court dictate a little bit what's going on too. So I mean, it's you got to take what the game gives you. He's getting better at it. I mean, he knows it. Sometimes that's a weakness of his that he's gotten a lot better at. And I continue to tell him, you need to be assertive because you're a talented player. So he's gotten a lot better at it, and he'll continue to improve on it.
And obviously Reggie's performance, he could, obviously been better, a little bit better defensively, but the one foul.
I don't think Reggie's defense was that bad. I think it was the other guys. I really, and there's things he could have gotten better at, but it was the other, you see pick and roll defense, you think guy on the ball in the big. I mean, those other three guys were not really good. So he was good. I thought Reggie was good. I think played a lot of minutes. What did he play? 32 minutes. But he was a little tired. But I thought overall he was pretty good.
And Devontae, it was just a wrong situation for to get him in there.
I mean, Jordan Murphy's playing really well.
Right.
So and I think Devontae's still getting a feel for it. So it's a little bit of both.
But their size dictated you not to go small, probably.
Learning the plays is what dictates me going small. These guys don't know. It may not look like it. We do run an offense, and there are plays. So I wasn't going to put Murph at the 5 versus Ewell because he's really big. So that maybe had a little something to do with it. Devontae's better at the 4 as opposed to the 3. So I don't think that was the issue.
To go back a couple years with Murphy, he's signed with VCU. He's going to VCU. Obviously, the coaching change, he gets let go of the LOI. What at that point did you target him? You already had a big class. What do you remember about trying to go after him after he gets released from his LOI?
Yeah, Shaka took the job, and then he got available, and he played in the spring in AAU tournament. And I remember, just watching him, following him around, and I said, okay, there's something there. He was always a really powerful 2-foot jumper. Was really good at that. But he floated around a little bit, but you could tell long arms. He played on a, kind of a smaller AAU program, but he was well coached. You could tell that, the people around him did a really good job. So we brought him on campus, and we were hoping that Texas didn't need somebody like that. And I'm not. That's not to criticize Texas. You never know when you take a new job. But fortunate to have him. And what excites me about him is he's playing well, but he could still get a lot better, like everybody on our team.
Is he an example of a guy out of high school? He's a 3-star guy. Is he an example where you can, tell a player it doesn't matter how many stars you have, you can be, one of the best players in the Big Ten and have NBA aspirations regardless of.
I think our program's done a pretty good job of identifying talent. Nate was a 3-star guy. Nate was first team all conference. Dupree was a 3-star guy. Amir was pretty highly recruited. Jordan was not. Reggie Lynch was not. So we've got a lot of guys on our roster. Now, don't get me wrong, I like all 5-star guys. But we've got a lot of guys on our roster who we've evaluated well. And they've worked. It's not – everybody thinks that there's some skill development program that people put in place. Like, no, it's identifying with guys who you believe are going to get better down the road. And we've got a lot of guys on this roster that have gotten a lot better. And so that's a testament to the coaching staff, the players who have put in the work. So we're going to continue to identify with guys like that.
Have there been parts to Jordan's progression from last year to this year that have surprised you at all? Or did you kind of see this jump coming?
Yeah, I think more than anything, it's just he's gotten a little bit sharper with his moves, it's just it's not necessarily one thing, but he's pretty darn good down low. When he gets post position, good things have happened, where last year he may have just rolled off the rim or, he may have faded away a little bit. So what I like is just his understanding of doesn't need to shoot a lot of jump shots. He's going to have to understand guys are going to really shrink the court on him. He's going to have to move the ball and really do that and understand that there's going to be double teams, and the more film people watch, the more they're going to be able to game plan to certain things. I just like his mental approach. I think it's, besides last game and not just him, everybody, I think it's been really, really good. At Providence, Alabama, he was terrific in as well, UMass. So I think he's doing a really good job leading as well. Thanks.